Hello, Matthew Weihs of Bench Events, the Managing Director of Bench Events. I find you in Wiltshire, I believe. Is that correct?
Morning, Nils. Yes, sunny Wiltshire in the UK. The little village outside of a town called Malmesbury. So welcome, everyone, and pleased to be talking to you today.
Great, well, great to have you here. Tell me, you were saying earlier on, because we do these warm-up chats before we go live, you're no stranger to a home office, but is that the case for everybody else in the team, or are you one of the few lucky ones, or unlucky?
No, well, the working practice in Bench has always been typically working from home, and it's hard for some in the sense that they might not have the setup. So if that isn't a practice that they can do, we have either used these sort of more co-working spaces, and in Dubai we actually have a sort of fixed office for everyone to use. So it's a bit of flexible working as well in that sense. But no, for me personally, for the last decade, I have been working from home. And so these changes, these enforced changes, haven't really impacted the way that I've worked. And we've all been using the technology as much as we can over the years as well to sort of keep our team together.
Is there anything that has changed with keeping the team together? Because, you know, as you were saying, that now some people are, forced to work from home. Are there motivational aspects that, one needs to look at? Is the communication increased, or have you not really changed anything?
It's a good question, because I think everyone's really uncertain. So, and that breeds sort of fear, doesn't it? And worry and anxiety. And so the need to connect more has been there. But ultimately, we always have sort of meetings set in the diary, which are Zoom meetings, and we've been putting those at the beginning of the week and talking about what's happening and good news and this sort of stuff. And we do a sort of town hall sort of meeting once a month for the whole team anyway. And things that have been good additions to that is that at the end of the week we do happy hours and get together and have a drink together and just talk about what's happened there as well. So no, I think it's become more frequent, I'll be honest, that there's been more direct contact. And the other thing that we've implemented is not, and this was prior to all of this anyway, but it's felt like everybody's really adopted it now, is that we've always said that when we do a phone call, we use Teams and Zoom typically. But when we do it, we put the video on, and so you actually see the person. And so that's become a very good way to at least have that contact.
Yeah, I think it makes a big difference. Now, you're specialists at bringing people together physically. I had the pleasure to attend, I think the last 3 AHIFs and booked for the coming one. Hopefully it'll be a live event, nothing against the online ones, but you've taken a lot of that being forced online. How is that working for you? How has it worked? I believe there's next week, I know because I registered, there's next week on the 7th or this week.
Yeah.
Looking at that, the tourism conference. How is that all working for you?
Yeah, so on April the 7th, which is Tuesday the 7th, we are hosting Hospitality Tomorrow, which is a virtual conference. We've already got 3,000 people signed up, so it's absolutely a fantastic response. And we're obviously saying, look, spread the word and get involved. Look, I think there's 2 bits to this. The first thing is you say that we're experts at bringing people together in a live format, but actually what this issue has allowed us to really contemplate is actually we bring people together full stop. And our value as a business, our service to the hospitality industry is connecting people and facilitating deals or facilitating those starting conversations. Now, in a more virtual capacity, that doesn't necessarily change the value of what we're doing, but it also gives us time to think about where we can help our customers best moving forward through this time as well. And I think this is the second piece, is that that's been quite a motivating factor. That first of all, you take stock from the day to day and say, we're an event company, you know, that's our thinking, to a company that is digitally enabled to help customers still do what we provide as a service. So we're going through a whole rethinking of our proposition, which is really refreshing. And I would say that as a motivator for a team, this is absolutely wonderful. Actually, it's been really fun. It's felt very volatile in circumstances. You have very big highs and lows with where you are from day to day. But what it allows you to do is speak to your customers. And thank you for inviting me to this, because I think it's a great initiative to have these conversations. But it also allows you to speak with each other about where you think you might be able to take a product, and that innovation, that reinvention of what you stand for is really refreshing. And so when we come out the other side, we will be stronger as a business, and the team aspect of that, the building of the team, is hugely motivational. So, and you know within your team who are those that are going to go on that journey with you, right?
Yeah.
So I think
and who not?
yeah, exactly. And let's face it, you know, you want, you know, I've played a fair amount of sport in my life, and I think sport is a great discipline for business, and you rely on the people around you in a sports team, and I think that's exactly where, you know, when things get tough, you know, when they're easy, you don't pull
where everybody
together.
pulls
When
together.
they're tough, you know, this is where that and that is long-term sort of building blocks for your business. So yeah, you know, things are tough, things are awful at the moment, but the positives that you can get from this have been fantastic, I think.
To stick,
for the future.
sorry, Matt, conscious of time, or as always, to stick with the positives, maybe on a more societal thing. What is your personal view on that? Do you think we'll be better people after this? Well,
there is a thing going on about be kind, and you know, we will be kinder. But I wonder. I hope so. I hope people will be more empathetic and try and put other people's positions first. I think will we be a kinder race? I think it's a big question. I think we're inherently selfish as a species. We're thoughtless, and we always take the path of least resistance. But I do think that some habits perhaps will be recreated here with some really good virtues behind them, which may affect the hospitality industry in the long term. Firstly, we will question, both in a cost basis, the value of travel, and the need for so much travel. So it will certainly be judged on the value of it, and I also think that behind that will be an environmental position where people will start to, from all this being sat behind our desks, we'll probably see some real benefits to our planet. So I hope that we become habitualized to better habits, and find other ways of providing those needs to those more selfish bits. But you know, let's hope we become kinder and more aware.
Hope is really the message that needs to be out there and go out there. And Unfortunately, we ran out of time. Matt, it's been great chatting to you. Thank you so much. All the very best for your big conference, and I'm sure we'll see you there latest. All the very best, and we'll chat soon.